later. Hi, who is this? Nalwa. Nalwa, which scholarship are you looking for? Which level?
Hello, masters.
Oh, masters. And I can see Jambi. Jambi, and you?
I'm also applying for a master's.
Oh, okay. So the ones who are already here are for masters. So maybe we will start with the masters. Okay, Baston, you wanna start? You're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, I think we can start because people have other things to do. So, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, guys, welcome to this Zoom meeting. I'm actually Baston. I'm from Malawi. I am a student at University of Indonesia. I also got a scholarship in 2023. It's fully funded, of which I would also want you guys to apply when it's open. I'm sure I will let you know when it's open. It's a good one, actually, so you have to get it. So now we have a scholarship from Hungary that I would want to share with you guys. It's also like a government kind of scholarship. So first, maybe let me share a screen with you. So let's see. Okay. Can you allow me to share?
Sure, done.
Yeah.
I think since the people who are already here are for masters, we can we start with that.
Okay, guys. So this is the scholarship. It's Stipendium Hungaricum. So I mean, this is Hungarian language anyway. It's from the government of Hungary. I'm sure if you've already saw the link, we talked about it on the channel that we're going to discuss about this scholarship, which is for almost everyone. And I feel like it's the easiest scholarship to apply. The application process is easy, provided that you have all the requirements that they need. So maybe I'll show you first I'll show you the front of the scholarship. So this is it. If you open the link that we have shared you, they have this go to application timeline. You see the timeline that is there. So there they will tell you whatever you need to know about the scholarship, what you need to present when you're applying for scholarship. So I think you have to pay much attention there, because one thing that you have to keep in mind that this scholarship was opened some time back and they are closing on 15th January, which is like you have like 6 days or 7 days, if I'm not mistaken. So it's very important that you sort your things out. However, the fact that they are closing on 15th January, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to present all the documents at once. Like you present documents little by little. So if you submit some of the application documents, you may be required to submit some documents later. Assume, for example, if your passport is not ready yet, you can send it later. They might need it within the process period. So from January 2025, you submit the application. The application is done online. So as I said, the application system, online system is also very much easy. Not as easy per se, but it's simple to run, which might be convenient for you guys. So on 28th February 2025, first selection point, so technical check and nomination process. So they'll start the whole process in February. I think you'll go through this until 15 March. So this is for doctorate. So since we don't have doctorate candidates, I think I will skip this one. There's also mid of March. This is selection. That has to do with the schools selecting after you submit your documents until March. But this one is for self-funded students, so not really for you because you are looking for scholarships. So for other stuff, I said maybe they might require some documents later, which example, like maybe medical certificate. There's the link. I'll show you. There's a link that you guys can use to download the form. So all you can do is just maybe take it to the hospital or take it to someone who will help you to fill it. And then your results will be in June, but possibly you're going to start studies in September in this year, actually. So I think that's the whole thing. This is just a timeline of the whole thing. So, but bottom line is it's 15th January, you need to submit your application. But in as far as I know, if you guys have been already focused on applying for the scholarships, which means you already have all the resources, I don't know, but I'm assuming that's the case. So if that's the case, it makes things easier to apply for the scholarship. So below here, you have the do's and don'ts. I'm sure you guys can open this and see at your free time. Because it's a lot, so you check and see. So here you have the checklist of the application documents. You click also, I think this one we can check together for basic documents that you guys can use, especially for masters, because we only have masters people. Also, another thing is maybe you have other people who want to apply for bachelor's. This scholarship also have like what they call one-tier application, like you apply for a bachelor's degree and master's. So if you apply for this one, it means you are going for both bachelor's and then proceed to master's. So in case you have other people that might be interested back home, family members or friends that might be interested. So you must upload until 15th. These are the documents that you need to upload. So this is just a sample. It's not necessarily like you have to include. So this tick means you must upload it until 15th January. Tick and M, you must upload it until 15th March. This one. So tick and A, it means you must upload it until 15th April. But it's possible to upload it even before 15th January. If you have those documents, you can still upload them. So I think these are key points that you just need to use when you are checking out the documents altogether. So maybe for example, some of the things that they need, the documents that will be required. So on an application form, which you will see on the application link after you register, it's like more like the registration. And then you have motivation letter. This is for on a master level study. So you need to have motivation letter. So proof of language proficiency and translation. So for master's level, if you have it, upload it until 15 January. If you receive it only in spring or summer 2025, upload it until 1st August. So don't need to upload it if not applicable. So it also depends when you're applying for the schools, whether they will need it or not. But usually, so for guys, maybe of you who are coming from Kenya or from Malawi, those who are applying for this, usually because we always do our bachelor's degree in maybe English, so they will just require you to get a language proficiency letter from your former university. I think that will be helpful and will be the first way to get that. But if you also have IELTS or TOEFL, you can still use that. Will be also be a good part to do it. So you have school certificates and translation. This translation means if your degree was not done in English, so you need to translate your documents. So medical certificates, this is tick and A, which means you must upload until 15 April. It's not like they're not forcing you to upload this one now. So also national ID. So on the national ID, as I said, if your passport is not ready yet, you can, in the meantime, use national ID. But later you might be required to present the passport for the sake of visa. So that one will be helpful. So acceptance statement of the application in online system. So this one is actually when you're applying, you open the link, you apply, they will show you this one. So I think you just have to download it or just fill it. So it's not really a hassle. So research plan, this one is for doctorate students, candidates, I mean. So research plan, letter of recommendation, this one doesn't really apply for those who are applying for masters. So recommendation letters of the actual Hungarian host institution. So this one actually happens after you already apply. So because when you're applying, you select the schools. So those schools, if you apply, they will give you the recommendations later. I mean, in the later stage, they will give you that. So, but you must upload it until 15th March. So you can ask after you already apply. So, and then the portfolio, that's about your CV and stuff, whatever the case. So yeah, this was just some of the documents. Actually, you open this document on your own. When you open the link, go through it and check what they need and look into it, I mean, carefully, so that you don't miss out on other stuff. Okay, so another thing about the scholarship, maybe I'll just be brief. My friend Sherry might explain later further if she has some to explain. I'll go straight to not the mission, I guess you will lead that, but maybe most of us when we're applying for scholarship, we focus on how much is there and then, yeah, because it's part of hustle too. So for this scholarship, I mean, one thing I have to be clear is if you're applying for scholarship, maybe you have to remove that focus on money, like how much am I going to get? Because I think most of us go for scholarships because we are more interested into the money and not necessarily into the paper itself. So, however, this scholarship is fully funded, which is good part. I think that's a starter because it's fully funded. It's good for you. Because also, tuition-free education, that one. There's monthly stipend. So there's non-degree. Non-degree are those guys who are not doing studies to get the degrees. Maybe this can be in vocational, maybe certificates, diplomas. And then we have bachelors and then masters and one-time master's level. So one-time master's level is for both. It's the combination of both bachelors and masters. It's just goes straight. So monthly amount of HUF for the three, I think you can convert this on your own and check how much it is. So contribution to the living expenses in Hungary for 12 months a year until the completion of studies. There's also accommodation contribution. There's free dormitory place. So I think maybe this is the most important part when you travel, when you go outside. The one thing that you should worry about is where am I going to sleep? And if someone is providing accommodation for you, and then they are providing a stipend for you to use for your cost allowance, I think that's a brainer, guys. You have to take it because one thing that matters a lot is accommodation. And if they're giving you accommodation in Hungary, maybe in Budapest, where life is expensive, I think you're one of those lucky people. You have to take this. So you can convert these currencies and maybe try to see. But also, I have to make one thing understandable to you guys. If they are providing you this amount, which means they know that you guys are going to survive on this money, because they cannot just give you money knowing that you will not survive there. Because when we're also coming to Indonesia, where maybe the money might not be enough, but when we came here, we had accommodation and then the money was enough. People can still save. So I feel like it's enough. It's not enough maybe back when we are still back home. But when you go there, you might see that, okay, so I can still survive. So I hope you guys consider this, not just focus on how much money they're giving you, whether it's a lot or whether it's not a lot, but focus on, are you going to sustain yourself when you go there? So that's the bottom line, sustainability. And I hope, and I believe this is a lot for you guys to survive. Also, you never know, maybe you might find part-time jobs wherever the destiny takes you. So just grab it. And then medical insurance, they also provide this, which is also a good part. Maybe accommodation and medical insurance, these are most important things when you are outside your country, because medical cover is crazy, it's expensive. So this one is good too. And then this is for masters. Since we don't have doctoral program, I will not do much, but it's most similar, maybe just different the money, because a lot of research during the doctoral program. So another thing I wanted to point out is on the application to when you want to apply. So you go to home, and then below here there is when you go to application timeline, below here there's apply here. So I think you guys will apply, use that, or you might find other links provided, and then you have to sign in or register. So that is, I mean, like already known thing to you. I'm just trying to maybe highlight. So you register. I'm not registered because I'm not applying, and you are a new applicant. So you go here and then follow whatever the steps is. And then the good thing is we are here in case you guys need any help to apply or whatever the case, we will help. So maybe let me pause here first. My friend, maybe Sherry can explain something. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Baston, for that. I think most of the people who are in this are Kenyans. I'm not sure if there's someone from outside Kenya, but if you notice something important about this scholarship is that it has partner countries. So there are countries that can't apply, like Malawi, but I don't think Malawians can actually apply for this because they have sending partners. And what do I mean by this? So for those who are here and when you're signing in, they'll ask you for your country. Then you would know if your country can apply or where you come from can apply. So for Kenyans, they can apply. I've checked it, and you have sending partners. So what happens is, first of all, there's this link that you have to submit all the documents, as Baston said, by 15th, and he has explained all the documents you need. Don't worry if you don't have a passport yet, as he said it, that might be needed later, but there is what you're supposed to do. So if you don't have a passport, you upload your ID and then you upload a letter. I think it's a letter just from yourself saying that you will submit it later at a later date before 15th of March. Similar to a health certificate, which is mandatory, but not now. It will be needed once you're nominated. So how this works is when you upload all the documents on the timeline by 15, they will also need you to submit all those documents at the sending partner. Our sending partner in Kenya is Ministry of Health. Ministry of Education. I'm so sorry. So I'll send you a screenshot of where you can go, but I think it's at Afya Center, next to Afya. No, who's the house? Yeah, I've forgotten those places, but I'll send. And there is a contact and there is an email, so you can go there. You just appear there. So what they'll do, number one, nowadays they're even giving the letter of English proficiency. So if you don't have that letter, again, don't worry. Upload your KCSE certificate, or if you did a course, like for me, I think I did a course in my first semester bachelor's, which was reading English for communication. So I uploaded that one and said, this is my proof of having studied English from my primary levels up to university. And I will upload a letter of English proficiency on before 15th of March. So when you go to the Ministry of Education, they have two offices. So they'll show you. In fact, if you just go there, they already know that if you go there and say you're applying for the Hungarian Stipendium Scholarship, they already know. So they'll direct you to, there is an office for the English proficiency letter, which they just require you to write a request letter stating which universities that you want the proficiency letter to go to. So if you've selected 2 universities, make sure you have 2 letters requesting, running out of time. Okay, 2 letters requesting for the English proficiency. So they'll give you 2 letters, maybe one for Budapest, a university at Budapest, and another one for another university, the ones you've selected. So that's for the English proficiency. Secondly, the sending part, the Ministry of Education will take all the documents that you're applying and they'll stamp them and make copies of them. They are the ones who will nominate you. They are the sending partners. So while you are applying online and you may be selected online, the Ministry of Education is the one that will choose you. So when they nominate you, because eventually they will, because you've applied for this scholarship, they will call you for an interview. The interview is basic. They ask you questions about politics, if you know your governors, if you know about devolution, if you know women leaders, just if you know the arms of government, the executive, judiciary, like basic questions to see if you know your country. And so don't get scared about that. Then they will nominate you and forward your name to the scholarship people. Once you pass that level, you've gotten the scholarship. Well, not quite yet, because there's another stage. So after that, you'll be selected by your university. Depending on the university you select, different universities have different standards. So there's a university that will send you an exam for you to pass, and there's a university that will just probably just give you an interview. So depending on the course and the school you choose. So there are some courses and schools that you select that will have you to pay for the exam. The cheapest one is 10,000. The highest one is 30,000. So this is a lot, depending on the the university you choose. Some universities will just give you an interview, and this interview will be, actually, it's very competitive. This one will be basically based on the course you choose. Finally, I want to talk about the motivation letter. The motivation letter: sell yourself. Use a unique angle to sell yourself. Basically, it's why would you be the best candidate for them to give you the scholarship, and why do you want to? So it's important for you to state through. For me, I go with a personal angle. You can check some links on YouTube, people who have applied for Harvard, people who've gotten scholarship abroad. They actually share their essays and motivation letters that sell. So use your personal angle, use your passion, why you want to do the course, and how you will help your country. Number two, I want to say this scholarship is good. However, they are not paying for your flight. So while you may get everything funded, your education will be funded, where you stay will be funded, you'll be getting money at the end of every month. However, they will not fund your flight. But don't worry, the money you're getting may be able to actually cover your flight baadaye. So that is good for you to note. There are scholarships that pay for everything, including the flight. This is not one of them. Then what else? The sending partner have a deadline. So you'll find maybe the Ministry of Education, the deadline for you to take all your documents is on 17th of January. So it's good for you to call them. They have a contact there, or to actually go there and find when is their actual deadline, because the deadline for submission is 15th, but the sending partner also have, that is the Ministry of Education, have their own deadline. So I think those are the key points I wanted to highlight. If you have any questions, I'll open this opportunity for you to ask a question, then we'll close the meeting.
Okay, so wait, on the flights thing, I think I just want to motivate you guys. You don't have to be demotivated because there's no flight air ticket,
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's what everyone is thinking. If there's no air ticket, then I will not apply. I mean, like, so at the end of the day, you lose your chance. But the more you think about it, like, many people are demotivated because of that. I mean, that gives you a window to apply, because it becomes good for you to get it. So if you think about not applying because of that, it means you are the one losing. So just apply for it. We also, when applied for a scholarship, we did not have air ticket.
Yeah.
But we were able to pay back whatever the money we took for the air ticket. So
Yeah. Actually, there are 4 Kenyans that have gotten this scholarship. One of them is doing a PhD. Two of them are doing masters, and one of them is pursuing their bachelor's. And they are already in Hungary right now. So if you get it, I'll connect you to them. Then you'll have a community, a Kenyan community there, so you won't feel alone. And also, as we said about the flight, the money you get eventually is able to return the flight money, eventually the stipend, if you manage it properly, you can return it. The good thing about Hungary, you can work. It's not like for us in Indonesia. Indonesia, we have to sign a form saying you cannot work when you're studying. But in Hungary, they allow you to work, do extra hustles, whether it's online jobs, and opportunities are so many. It's not like Kenya. So you can study when you're still earning more cash. So that's another thing not to worry about. So any questions, you can drop the question on chat or open your mic.
Okay, this is Nalo.
Yes, Nalwa.
I am a Kenyan. Sorry, I dropped off, and then by the time I'm back, I was at a point where you were talking about submitting documents to the government for nomination.
Yeah.
So I understood everything from there, but then maybe the beginning of it is where I did not capture it. I did not get to hear about. So I'd be glad if you get to know how to go
Okay.
about it, because
Okay.
I had started the application. Yes.
Okay. So if you started I think Baston only majorly highlighted the application process. You just go to the website and then click apply. You have to sign in and then follow step by step, which is as long as you have all the documents ready. And Baston also highlighted that if you don't have a passport, it's okay. There is a way you are guided. You can upload your ID and say, declare that you submit your passport at a later date, which is not later than 15th of March, I think. And also the health certificate, you have to declare if you don't have it at the moment when you will upload it, and also the letter of English proficiency, which you also get from the Ministry of Education in Kenya. So we just took people through the process of the documents that you need for application, which are basic, your certificates, of course, and all your transcripts. So that is it. In case you would want to re-listen, we've recorded and we'll share the link of this, the whole recording later. You can listen to it. Oh, Jambi, yes, you have a question?
Yes, hi. Now, when I look at the ministry's letter, the letter for call for applications, you find that they have said you can apply to certain bachelor's degrees, certain master's degrees. But when you go to the Hungarian website, they are saying Kenyans are eligible for any course. How do you go about that? Do you still apply for any course, or do you apply for the courses that the specific courses ministry has targeted?
To increase your chances, I'd say pick the courses the ministry has said, because I think that shows the ministry will be selecting majorly people who are within the courses that they are pushing for at that time. But if it's really not within your passion, apply for your course, the course that you actually want. Because what happens is sometimes the ministry have said this and then nobody applies for them and they have to give people. So they'll have to give those who applied. Yeah. So I'd say if you know what you want, because there are people who usually don't know what they want or which course they want. But if you know what you want, just go for your dream. Never settle for another dream just because the ministry, for example, you choose a course that the ministry is pushing for and you don't want it. That will be bad for you if you know what you want. If you